One of the most unpleasant things about becoming older is that we often lose our confidence among younger men and their steadfast quest for. Although older men sometimes think they are less attractive when it comes to fitness, the opposite is really true. You can see that older men have some extremely desirable traits. This intriguing issue is examined along with how society may deceive you into thinking you're not beautiful when, in reality, you are. Understanding a little bit more about female preferences can help you better grasp what makes older guys appealing. Because of their life experience, which is strongly associated with maturity, older men tend to carry themselves somewhat differently and concentrate more on the essential things in life. This indicates that these guys are more likely to concentrate on life's major concerns. It is often women's perceptions that make a man seem more attractive than he really is in the dating scene, since women have several fundamental needs, including safety, and being totally dominated by their husband is not the only one. One of the main reasons why younger men do so well with women is because they have a very high drive in life, which makes them seem like people who focus on taking action most of the time. On the other hand, older men are less eager to make decisions and instead wait a little longer to see if something is worth taking a chance on. This cautious behavior is not as attractive to women as riskier behavior might be when you compare the two, but some of the traits that make older men seem more attractive are the elements of patience and not reacting. Young men tend to react instantly, but older men understand that there's no need to act impulsively, which often grounds women. The second is the fact that older men are a little more established in life, since they tend to focus more on improving their lives and social circumstances. It's often this level of silent drive that yields the best long-term results, and women tend to notice this, since most women crave stability and proper routine in life, built around improving themselves in their lives. They become attractive due to shifting their focus. But there's one single element that often makes older men far more attractive. You see, as men grow up, they don't prioritize women as much. Younger men often live under the notion that they have to sacrifice a lot of themselves if they're to achieve actual value in life, and if they're able to make sure that she's happy. Older men prefer to focus on what would yield them incredible results in life, which means their focus is not as much on women, but rather on actually moving forward in life. This lack of investment is quite attractive to women, and they will naturally gravitate and chase what they cannot have. But what are the clear signs that women label you as an attractive older man? Let's figure out the best way to make eye contact. One of the most powerful signs that you are attractive is actually something as simple as basic eye contact. You see, we generally spend a little more time staring at what we like. You can trace this back to when you go shopping and you found something you like. Once you spot this, you'll constantly want to look at it. This is the same in life. When a woman finds you attractive, her eyes will often reveal it all, and you notice that she stares at you a little longer as a way of signaling that she's checking you out. You see, women notoriously avoid eye contact due to how personal it might often seem, and the intensity of it when she's making eye contact with you, and she notices you staring back at her. She might also go into a different state of mind. You see, when she finds you attractive, she'll often be the first person to break this contact by staring down and looking away. This is what you call a sign of submission, and in many cases, it shows she's interested additionally. When you talk to her, she might hold eye contact for a short while, but eventually she'll break this in a submissive way. To better notice this, we recommend going up and talking to her. You should notice the next sign if she does find you rather attractive or somewhat interesting. Second place, the power of a smile. You need to appreciate a smile that you perceive as a component of the initial one. Researchers have found that two individuals often let a modest grin to form when they gaze at each other and like one another. Dopamine, the feel-good hormone, is released in large quantities when someone smiles. A lady would probably grin like this if she's attracted to you, telling you that her thoughts are, "You could think that you are the main cause of this sudden spike in dopamine in her brain, since you want this release." Regardless of how mind-numbing your jokes are, you'll also notice that she finds them funny. You know, we automatically give someone a lot of our attention when we like them. Someone.
We admire seems genuine because of their intense attention. Allowing her to respond to your jokes and comparing her response to others is one of the finest methods to determine this. You may just compare her attention span in your chats to that of others around you if you don't like cracking jokes. You'll become more aware that she really finds you attractive the more attention she provides you. Subtlety is a common way for women to express their love for a guy. This is often the result of personal issues, such as attention to detail and the third rejection dread. When a lady or anybody else expresses interest in you, you'll notice that they pay great attention to details, which is really one of the most powerful signs of her attraction to you. A woman who loves you recalls everything and attempts to compare it with other facts to check whether you're speaking the truth, even if it may appear like someone is paying even more attention to your life than you are. Additionally, you could discover that she recalls some of the talks you may have forgotten or even things you may have spoken inadvertently. This meticulousness consumes a great deal of mental energy and shows that she is choosing to focus on this and your comments instead of other urgent matters. To emphasize this point, you'll probably notice that she also begins offering you advice at this time. Talks should also grow more in depth, and she will really attempt to help with problems in your life. In summary, this is one of the most important points about attraction, and the more she is attracted to you, the more attention to detail she will pay if she adds some contributions to actually make your life better. It's perhaps one of the best signs of attraction number 4, as she talks about herself in your future life. However, if she doesn't like or care about you, she won't contribute to anything in your life. Instead, she will just be happy that you're around. If she doesn't contribute to some of the conversations about your life, it's a sign of where she is mentally. This one may seem a little complicated, but it's also one of the most crucial elements of attraction that should help you determine whether or not she likes you. Women are very creative, and when they meet someone they like, their thoughts are much more likely to change course. You'll note that she often discusses or even questions you about the future, yet she always presents herself and you as the protagonists of this tale. If she really loves a guy, she will also disclose some information about her own future. But generally speaking, women avoid these kinds of chats since they often allow for the building of a tight tie between you two. You want to know if you are the primary character in many of these tales and whether her talks are about you. The fact that trust is one of the most difficult things to get is one of the main issues facing contemporary society. Because women are aware that men may be attempting to change, they have come to the realization that most guys are only interested in one thing, and that one thing may often be very irritating and intimidating for others to cope with. One of the biggest indicators of overall attraction number 5 is that she will already be replaying this in her head, since women are known to like romance literature. You turn into a ray of hope. The story of a situation to make them seem important is that they usually avoid asking men for advice until they like you and want you to play a significant role in their lives. You see, if she likes you as an older man, she clearly trusts you and thinks you can have some influence on her life. This means that when things don't go as planned, she will automatically turn to you for advice. But even if she already has the answer, she will still try to ask you for advice as a way to show that she wants to have you in her life. The truth is that she has amazing sentiments for you and respects your viewpoint anytime she decides to trust you. In order to show that they are mature, women are much more prone to select the adult lifestyle when they admire someone. But you have to be cautious not to overplay your hand and give the impression that you value her more than she values herself. Women usually lose some respect for the guy at this stage and would rather avoid him number 6. You must understand that women will continue to test you even if you are mature enough to want to concentrate on the future and creating your life. In fact, they are more likely to do so to ensure that you are unwilling to sacrifice your own values and objectives. Because of his constant will to achieve or produce something real for the future, a woman may fall in love with a guy when she sees him working toward a goal. But as soon as he learns that she thinks he's handsome, She could start putting him to the test to determine whether he's the sort of guy who can make ends meet. She can try to ruin your plans or just stop responding to your messages. She is trying to find out whether you are willing to continue working for your goals and dreams, which usually shows her who you really are. The main difficulty with many guys is that they only learn she likes him and instantly lose focus on their objectives, instead focused on her and her problems. This is why women are to blame for many men's frequent depressive episodes. Ideally, you want her to show all the previous signs but continue to control and dominate the relationship. This shows that you value yourself and your own goals above those of her goals, which tends to make him even more attractive in her eyes. Number 7, she invites you into her personal life. The last one is the most important. And if you've been following this channel for a while, you've probably noticed that women rarely allow men into their personal lives, especially as they grow older and have more to hide. You see, she's afraid of the judgment to be passed on you and her from her friends or family. And this means that she feels more comfortable when you're out with your friends, and she can comfortably slot into the conversations without any real troubles. However, when a woman is allowing you into her social circle, and she's willing to make a couple of compromises in order for her to actually deal with some weakness, you should be golden, and you should notice that the attraction levels are high enough. Next, you'll be invited to meet her friends and family. And since humans are naturally more judgmental, you must try to win over the favor of these friends. Once you do, you'll be the most attractive and likable person in her life. And this will automatically make you more attractive to her. Women are extremely complicated, but because you are aging, you might be losing some self-confidence and often be more self-conscious. However, women love older men, and as long as you are progressing in life, you should have some success with women, but seduction is just as important. And we recommend you watch the next video to understand why.